Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids. Yesterday I was actually out all day, and guess what? It happened to be a really big news day for raids. We've got several cool things coming in here in today's video. The first thing, let's get it out of the way nice and early because I'm sure you want to know in case you've missed it. Skeleton Crew Forever, brand new promo code. Bam, I believe this one is going to be active in the game until the 27th of October, so you still have a few days, about 5 days still left. Gets 50 multi-battles, an XP for 1 day, bonus double XP, 2 classic arena refills, and 1, 2, 3 energy refills. So, nice little bonus. Thank you to Ultimate Death Knight. I think that one came from Layla Fox's interview with him. Make sure to check that one out. For our next bit of news then, guys, we are on Faizaji's account from the Sin Clan cluster, so big shout out to him for letting us jump onto his account because the madman, has 40,000 Fate pumpkins right here. So we are going to do the entire Halloween deck of Fate event with him. I did a whole video on this yesterday. Again, remember, your chance to actually complete one of these sets is quite small, right? And I broke that down in yesterday's video, but let's see how it looks after we do the whole thing. Of course, you know, there are some minor rewards for flipping these cards. The big rewards comes from if you can hit 3 epics in a row, then you're going to get something good. But yeah, let's see what we can do. Got to start in that top right-hand corner. I like the top right-hand corner. We got ourselves a blue. Okay, let's go to the bottom corner. Got ourselves a green, and you can see it just flips back over. I feel like this one right here is speaking green to me. Okay, it's actually a blue. It's going pretty bad so far. Let's try this one, right? It's the green. Right here, another green. Okay, well, listen, if we got 3 greens in a row with a green down there, surely this one right here is a green. It's a blue. Okay, it is a blue. That's fine. I feel like this one surely is a blue. It is a blue. We've got 2 blues in a row. I think they wouldn't put anything except a blue beside a green. Surely it's a blue. Okay. Okay, never mind. It was actually a green. It was a green. He's watching this now and he's crying. He is crying. Here we go. We got another green. 2 greens in a row. I think this is a row of greens. It's a whole row of green. There it is. Lock it in. Lock it in. 150 energy. Incredible reward. His account will truly never be the same again. Okay, we're going for the other corner. It's a green. What about this corner? It is a blue. Okay, we are low on blues. One funny thing, we've not hit any purples yet. There's another green. How about this one? Another green. I feel like this is a green, right? We got ourselves another green. Okay, so we got 2 greens. Another 150 energy. It's starting to pile up. There's our first purple. 4-star chicken. Maybe this one's a purple. Oh, it's a green. You hate to see it. The purple one, so you've got the pressure is on for the purple. Okay. I think we need to go up here. Oh, look at that. 2 chickens back to back. Right, purples. So well, we can actually find out in here. There's a total of 10 epic cards. We've already flipped 2 of them. How about this one? Oh, it's a blue. All right, how about this one? Green. We're going again. Another purple. Oh, 2 purples. Okay. Let me pause it. Let me work out the chances because this is kind of funny. Okay, here we go. So there are 6 left. 6 epic cards in the pile. There's 18 of these left. So we actually have a decent chance to multiply. Well, we've got a 33% chance, if I'm not wrong, of getting an epic set. 1 in 3. 1 in 3. What's feeling lucky? I think we go for something that's just... No, I think we go here. It's the closest to what we've picked before. Surely this card right here is a purple. It is! It is a purple! We actually did it. We got an XP barrel. Hey, you know what? That's actually quite lucky. My goodness. The luck is with us, guys. Oh, there's a purple. Oh, the chances of purple now. Let's figure that out. Let's figure that out. So there are... What? So we flipped... Oh, that's the wrong one. Where's my calculator? We flipped 2 more. So we clear everything. So there, we've 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 4 purple left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 14. Oops, hang on. Divide that by 14. Okay, multiply by 100. 28.5% chance to get a purple. We did it. Okay. Then if I click the wrong thing again. I'm clicking the wrong thing every time today. Okay, so that was what we've got. This time it's what, 3 divided by 13, is it? Multiply by 100, something like that. 23% chance. It's this one right here. Oh, it's a blue. Okay, well, you know what? Like I said, this event, honestly, hey, there's 3 blues. It's actually quite fun. It's actually quite fun. Five star chaos ore. All right, there's almost no purples left. All right, I think it's actually not possible for us to complete a purple anymore. There's another green complete. So it's actually interesting. Like when you do the whole thing, you actually do. There's a purple, another purple. I don't think there's another purple left. We've got 1 in 4 chance. I think there's either one or none. Ah, we chose poorly. It's a green, and a blue. Okay, so it wasn't even possible to complete that purple thing. Well, there we go. That is the event complete. All 40,000 things spent. Honestly, again, my thoughts on this are pretty much the same as they were yesterday, having completed the event, and then just the event in theory. I actually do think that it's quite a bit of fun. Flipping the cards over, it's a fun little mini game. It's actually quite enjoyable. I had fun doing it. I did. And I'm looking forward to this sort of stuff in the future. I think it's more interesting than just clicking your rewards in like the event tab and just going collect, collect, collect. It's quite fun to have the little flipping mini game. Of course, you know, you've got the, you could get lucky and get something good. Like we got the brew, not too bad. Or the barrel, XP barrels, not too bad. You could get unlucky and get absolutely nothing. I think we did. We got a few there. So I think, you know, in this sort of event, it seems fairly designed that you'll at least get something. We got a few greens. It seems pretty unlikely that you're going to get the purple. That was very lucky in the blue. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think again. I think it really depends on the rewards, like how good the rewards are for the cost. That is, of course, a big question mark, but that is something they can change. I do think in terms of the gameplay, I think it's quite fun. And like I said the other day, it'd be kind of fun if they did something like this within, you know, even within one of, let's say, a fusion, right? So long as the fragments for the fusion were guaranteed, right? Something like that, a fragment collector. It would be quite fun then for the events that you're doing, like you do the dragon and you get to flip a bunch of cards. I think it's actually pretty cool. So Deck of Fate, for me, it gets something of a thumbs up in terms of fun, and then it gets a big question mark in terms of value. But there we go. Then the final piece of news I want to talk about today, guys, is of course none other than the Halloween Fusion. Morrigan, she is going to be starting as the Halloween Fusion on Thursday. So that's the 27th of October. Incidentally, the same time that the promo code expires, right? But 27th of October, she's going to be starting, and it is going to be a classic fusion. So it's going to be the same sort of thing as we just had the Dark Elf girl, the Bondage girl. I can't remember her name, but it's going to be the same style of thing as her, right? Collect a bunch of rares, fuse them up into epics, and then fuse the 4 epics into her. I believe it's what is going to happen. So that's one of the most difficult types of event. It's going to be fairly intensive, of course, so, you know, stockpiling stuff going into it is probably a good idea. It's much more difficult than the fragment collector events anyway. So let's take a look at her. How does she look? Definitely an interesting champion, right? She's definitely interesting. So Velocimancy, 4-turn cooldown here, which when booked up, decreases the turn meters of enemies by 20%, fills the turn meters of allies by 20%, and puts 30% increased speed buff on all allies for 2 turns. So if we come in and we take a look at this, she's obviously very similar, very, very, very similar to Lissandra. So that raises a big question. Like, Lissandra does a similar thing, but she has a better turn meter fill and a better turn meter decrease. But they fulfill a similar role. So I actually do think that one of the big questions, which we don't know the answer to yet, with Morrigan is going to be, what is her base speed? That is going to be a big question mark, because base speed with speed booster champions like this can make or break a champion, and it can be a big difference between how good they are versus how weak they are, etc. So that is definitely something to look at. If her base speed is super high, like, she could potentially end up being your fastest champion. You know, you would build her faster than your Arbiter. For example, Lissandra is very fast with 110 base speed. Arbiter is also 110 base speed. So you can definitely do some funky things where you could have Lissandra actually be your fastest champion. Stuff like that, you know? So we'll see. And it really, yeah, that could really vary how good this champion is. I certainly think if, like me, you don't have Lissandra, it makes this champion very interesting, makes it very appealing. Her speed aura is worse than Lissandra's, unfortunately. which certainly raises the question about the base speed as well, doesn't it? But Lissandra has the 24%. We do have the 19% speed in all battles. Is still a good aura. Don't get me wrong, but it's not as good as Lissandra's. But yeah, if you don't have Lissandra, this could be worth going for. Now, at the same time, super endgame, Lissandra does not see much play, right? She just falls off in arena compared to different styles of team, you know, like Prince Kaimar, that sort of thing, right? So that's a question mark. Early game, though, this could be absolutely fantastic, right? Early game, your enemies are not going to be rocking around in 3 pieces of reaction accessories on all of their champions going, yeah, take the first turn, we don't care. Huh? It's not going to happen. So kind of valuable. Her A2 books to a 3-turn cooldown, which books to 100% chance to steal all buffs from a target enemy. Bit weak that, but it does have a 100% chance when booked of putting True Fear on all enemies for 1 turn and puts out decreased accuracy if the target is a boss. Her A1, 70% chance of putting decreased speed for 2 turns. Then she's got an interesting passive. She puts heal reduction for 2 turns on the enemy with the lowest HP that cannot be removed, transferred, spread, or have its duration increased or decreased by enemies or allies. So I think you put this stuff together, actually looks to me to be a solid champion, right? A solid champion. Questionable if she's going to be good in the late game, but if you're early mid game, and especially if you don't have a Lissandra, we'll see what her stats end up being, but I think she could be a solid option, right? Comes in with the turn meter manipulation and the speed boosting and all of that, turn 1, and then comes in with an AoE True Fear. I think that's the way to look at it. AoE True Fear, because it's not an attack, it's going to place regardless of affinity, so just True Fear on all the enemies. You're likely to build her with high speed and decent accuracy. I think that's quite valuable. I think in particular, she's going to be good against the Dark Fae boss, which is a boss that a lot of people struggle against, right? Going up against Dark Fae, Lissandra is very commonly used, where you want to turn meter control, get ahead of the copies of your team, right? The boss copies your team. This lets you get ahead. The True Fear is actually going to be useful for that as well. That's another option that you could do. Decrease accuracy on the boss is going to be good. Decrease speed on Dark Fae is extremely good. Heal reduction on Dark Fae is also really good too, because depending on the affinities of the champions that you bring, the Dark Fae can actually heal herself with that. So I think that's pretty cool. It might help you with one of the potion keeps as well. And she's going to be okay-ish as a filler champion against Iron Twins, like decreased speed, turn meter boosting. It's questionable, but maybe. I think Dark Fae is definitely the place that she's going for and could be quite decent in arena. Again, early mid-game, even helping you. She'd probably stay in your team, depending again on those stats, until later in the game. So, yeah, I think that this champion, she looks solid. Yeah, solid. End game, but I actually think for a fusion champion, actually quite a good one. I do think they've been doing a good job with the fusions overall this year, especially for newer players, right? Early mid-game players especially. I think they've given you, with the fusions this year, quite a nice selection of champions that you can get. Like if I was, if I'd started, you know, at Christmas last year, whatever, right? If I'd been playing for just a few months, basically when I started content creation, I guess, I would have been pretty happy, honestly, with the selection of fusions that have come through. I think that Margain looks potentially quite solid for that purpose. So there you go, guys. That is all the news today. Hope that you enjoyed this short little video. I had some fun, and yeah, I'll see you guys all next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.